Nobel Prizes that has been claimed by these countries. So it makes it amply clear that what research and development plays in fate of any nation. Then looking at what is research, actually research is, I have given the definition, which you can see is finding solution or doing something better than which was done earlier systematically and scientifically. So it can be overcoming an obstacle, then question is to be answered and solved, and situation to be explained or system to be improved, which is better than what was done earlier in a scientific manner. So the question comes, why research in higher education and why it is so important? For a confirmed answer with evidence, which is the main job of any research, I think the best platform can be provided only by higher education institutions, which has all the resources in terms of good brains, environment, and material resources. So if we look at the research ecosystem, it constitutes, there are four influencers to this ecosystem. One is the very idea of the university. Then what are the policies for these research activities, and what is the national perspective for economical growth, and how the industry and corporate sector is reacting to it. So the very idea of university, if you see, it has three components: research, teaching, learning, and social connect. But if you really look at it, the other two components like teaching, learning, and social empowerment also is very effectively influenced by research, which is creation of knowledge or finding some solution. If you look at other influences like policies, in education policy, if we see the latest policy, which is said to be the game changer in education and research, is NEP 20, which has put a lot of emphasis on research. They have made a national research foundation. RFRF has been built. Funding has been improved. For world-class ranking university, they have released 1,000 crores and identified 20 universities. Multidisciplinary approach to the research has been emphasized. And on second influencer, if you look at economic perspective, what is the nation's plan? We plan to have a $5 trillion economy by 24-25, and we want GDP in 2 digits. This Atmanirbhar Bharat and local to global is at the center of our policies. So all this economic perspective will require a lot of updation in technology and new technology innovation, which will certainly need good research background. And if we look at the fourth influencer, that is industry and corporate, then research can really improve the productivity. Research can bring the change. So if we look at the whole ecosystem, you will find the research will play the key role in building up the ecosystem and achieving what the nation, as a nation, we want. So if we look at research components, there are basically three components. One is the process itself, research process. That means from beginning of getting into an idea and finding the solution, a total process is required, which will require a lot of analysis and clarity and putting data together. Then it can be looked into as a project also. Most of the research which will require application will have a time-bound project like going. It may turn into technology transfer, it may turn into social benefits, it may turn into a national benefit or a global perspective also may be there. Then third component is the publication, which will create impact as an individual researcher. It will upgrade the skill, not only his own, but it will scale up. It will create impact as an institution, as a researcher. So, research should we go with the outcome of research, or research, if you really ask me, the Bhagavad Gita's message, that means bina phal ke kaam karna hai. If that is taken, that is the best course for any research. But we are in a worldly environment. So if we look at the outcome, they can be of two types. It can be tangible or intangible. Most of the research people do it for the tangible benefit, and many will do it for PhD as a outcome. Paper publication, quality paper publication may also be one of the requirement. Book publication, then technology transfer, patent development, and product design. These are all tangible outcome of any research, but there are intangible outcome also associated. That means you are creating some knowledge, you are modifying some process, you are improving on some system, or you are empowering the social structure, or well-being of the people is brought about by research. Then development of nation or development of society is also one of the intangible benefits. And if you look at the long-term benefits, which is the key issue for any society, it can improve GDP, economy, it can empower a society, it can bring in new technology, it can improve productivity. Now the world's aim as a global society is to work on 17 or 18 or 20 sustainable development goal, which is being done by everyone. So that also is one of the long-term benefit, and improved and happy society is also one of the important benefit of this. Now, looking into all this, it looks like the research is a big elephant. Some people look at the tusk, uske daant jo hai, they are very expensive. So some people look at the tusk, which may be a PhD degree, because that is most attractive outcome of any research, or it can be trunk, which is which salutes everyone, and everyone salutes a elephant for its lucrative trunk. So it may be publication in very reputed journal, impactful journal, things like that. So it has various ways to look at research. So if I personally see research can be seen, there are 8 letters in this word, and I find that research can be done effectively in 8 phases. So first word is R, that is read and review. The first phase of research is reading and reviewing, which will give you purpose, plan, and it will give you the reason to continue looking at surveying for 10 years minimum of what has been done in the field in which you are going to do the research. Then the second letter is E, which is for evaluation and examination of the entire scenario, which will help you in evolve and emerge and come to exact the area in which you want to do the research. Then comes the third phase is for search and simulation, which will provide you a lot of data, will provide you with the dynamics, and will motivate you for deliberations. Then is the ethics and emotion. This is very important phase where you are tempted to to claim something which has been already done by someone. Now there are platforms available. Computing has become very easy. Internet is there, so the ethics need not be violated. Against the emotion, you should not misuse the internet, or intent should be very clear. So this is the value phase of any research. Then you form your aim and action plan. Depending on what gap you have found out, what goal you have in mind, and then you prepare game plan for your entire research body. Then once you have got the data, when you have found the gap, when you have found the objective, then you start reflecting, refining, revising, and reformatting, reconstructing. That phase comes. Then the phase of making your everything very clean, connected, and concluded. So you conclude your research, bring clarity in presentation, and then happiness comes if you succeed. But in most of the cases, the hunger should be increased, and you should go back to the first phase and repeat again and again. So this cycle continues till you are extremely happy with your thing. So is research a science, art, skill, process, program, or product? It's definitely a science because you are doing it methodically. It is nothing is vague, but it's an art also, because you are going to present something, you are going to put in some format which should be presentable. So there is certainly some element of art is there, and skill definitely it is there, because you are going to work with tools to analyze. You are going to do computation, which requires a skill. You are going to do presentation, which also requires a skill. Is it a process? It's certainly a process, because as we told that there are 8 phases you have to go through and iterate many times. To some people, it may appear like a program, like a PhD program. And for some people, it may be a product in terms of, say, dissertation, product in terms of getting some patent. So I will say that when you are doing research, it is you are basically doing intensive search with the purpose of becoming very certain to create some knowledge or improve some system better than what was done earlier. So key aspect to any research will be new knowledge, new system of process, improved process, or problem faced by the society, or new innovation, something for the benefit of society, on the government's ongoing projects to improve working of a project. It can be one or many of these aspects which will form the basis of any research. Now, how to select a research field or area? So there are, as I have listed, there are about a dozen qualifiers to zero onto the field. It is self-explanatory. What is your personal interest? What are the social problems being faced in that in your area of expertise? Are you trying to test some theory which you have developed, or there are prior research done by you and you want to improve upon it, or you want to evaluate a program being done and come out with some solution, or human service practice is involved? After brainstorming, have you come out with something, or after your review, your search, or with your expert interaction, or with some research events, you have come out with some problem or some solution? So that's how you zero onto the your area. So when you come to research topic, after you have identified the area, then you come to a research topic. Now, I will suggest that you should not finalize the topic in first go. In most of the cases, it should be done at the end to come to the correct topic. So it can be unanswered question can lead to a topic, or research gap, what you have found out, or unsolved problem, or society's concern, or your query, or statement of your inquiry. All these will make you decide what should be the topic, but let it be vague till finalization. You can make a tentative topic and go ahead. Then you should keep in mind that the outcome of your research should come out with one or more of these outcomes which I have listed. Either it is new problem-solving methods, or new knowledge, or improved decision-making system, or validation of some information which you have found, or improved depth of publication, or even daily your routine tasks to improve that, or for social empowerment or providing future directions for the technology or for the system. So it can be one or combination of these outcomes. So these are some of the guidelines which will be helpful in research work initiation. You should come to a new idea on which you want to work after a proper search in your field. In both cases, you must do what is called the literature review or literature survey, and it should be done for minimum 10 years in all the publication books and reports. Then you come to zero onto your objective. This search or survey will bring to you some objective. In relation to objective, examine social benefits and then decide what is the methodology. Then you discuss with the experts within the institute where you are working. Go outside experts, identify theme line for research and zero on to objective, and decide then on methodology, analysis process, and how you are going to project. When we talk of research framework and facilities, after all, the area you have identified, objective you have identified, and topic you have come to, you must evaluate what facilities, what framework is available, and what are those which you are going to use. It can be R&D department or teaching department where you are going to work, or research labs in the department or normal labs. There may be MOUs at international or national level. So those resources, then research-oriented events, what you have attended, what this institute where you are working is organizing. From there, you can take some home topics. There may be center of excellence like we have in RNTU. There are about 15 centers of excellence, research excellence. So what are resources available in that? Research publication, journals, books available inside the institute and outside. Case studies, reports, surveys available on software platform or online or offline. All these facilities and resources, you must jot down what you are going to use. Then this will be the broad sections which should be built up for any research work. The one is background of the material, what you have collected, the outcome of your literature review, then what tentative objectives, what you have found out, then based on that, what methodology you are going to do for data collection, then what will be the main body, how you are going to put your findings and how you are going to analyze and conclude them in a very specific way. And for all this, what references you have got. So if we look at the first stage, that is the literature review, it is a systematic review of available resources. So theoretical and conceptual concept should be built up after this review, definitely. And you should be able to identify the independent and dependent variables in your research. Measurement and operational definitions must come out after your literature review, and it should prompt you to zero onto the research technique which you are going to follow. The sampling strategy, if you are working on the data where samples are involved, so that is strategy. Then statistical techniques which are available, what techniques you are going to use, what tools you are going to use, findings and conclusion of similar studies which was done earlier. Okay, these are key resources: books, archive, observation reports. Then comes the methodology. So it can be a qualitative research or quantitative research or mix of these two, or it can be an experimental oriented thing, or it may be combination of all these four things. So the data can be collected from primary or secondary sources: observations, interviews, reports, records, experiments, and simulation provide use of the data. Analysis is a very important area where you convert the data into decision. So for concluding from the data what you have received, there are various ways. This is very important, how you present data and how you conclude. There are graphical presentation, there are scientific tools available to present data. So this is very important phase, and it showcases the entire research. So it can be pictures, it can be charts, flow chart, all these things are there. But the only thing is it should be harmoniously done, and it should be done with scientific bent of mind. So standard, when we come to the structure, the standard format should be used for different research work. There are different formats available. Mostly people should, what mistakes they do is they use the first person, which in research should be avoided. I should not be used. Then most of the things should be done in past tense, alignment, clarity of figures, graphs, tables. These are very common problem in presentation, which I have seen in almost about 80% cases. There are problem in this area. The standard format will be title, abstract and keywords, introduction, literature review, objectives, and hypothesis, methodology. In that order, you come to the result and discussion and future work which can be done, and references. Cycle of write-up. Minimum, I suggest there should be at least 3 cycles of write-up, and it should follow this, like the first thing should be generation of ideas, making notes, brainstorming, reading, then pre-writing. Pre-writing should be done in free flow, and first draft should not be done with any constraint. It should be free flow. Then you revise it, put them in format, edit for grammar, spelling mistakes, syntax, etc. Get it reviewed by your peer, teacher group, and then make a error-free proper format. Then go back to the generation again. So this cycle you keep repeating till you are happy with the final draft for a review. Research resources, maybe there are about hardware, software facilities, external facilities like MOE association, research resources outside that is maybe CSIR lab or industries, libraries outside. Experts in institution and outside can be human resources. A research roadmap will be in 10 phases. Clearly define your boundaries. Begin your search. Then what I have told is that with all that, your search and your literature, you should zero on to field, and at least 10 years research work must be examined to zero on to field and zero on to type of methodology objective you are going to use. Then acquire a skill and on tools which you are going to use, make time frame, build and iterate the whole process, finalize the title and abstract to conclusion, and then you must give a second review on perfecting the display, perfecting the display, forms, content, language, examine possibility of patent, technology transfer, and publication. Then these are the self-evaluation check, which is must. Plagiarism check. There are free software available for plagiarism check, which has a lot of problem. So you are not certain with your that your research work will be not exploited by others if you are put in on a free platform. So you have to be very careful about plagiarism check. Impact of findings. You should maximize your findings and conclusion against what objective you have put. In research, the best thing will be put something extra than what and make it more attractive. You should get it peer and expert evaluation. Then you must examine how you are contributing to local, national, or international communities. What are strengths and weaknesses of your research? What citation your publication is getting? What is your H index, I-10 index, impact factor, and patent position? What are the platforms where you are going to present your research? Industrial and social impact your research will give, and institutional correlation with your project. That means how the institution reputation is and how it is going to benefit. So plagiarism is a very vital thing against which you must be careful. It is not scary, but I have just put for your reference top 10 plagiarists from abroad and India. In India, I have not given the name of those, but in abroad, the names are available. You can go to the resource from where I have taken this. A Bharat Ratna awardee is also included in one of the plagiarists. You can check with them. There are people, Bhatnagar awardee, Padma Shri awardee, all these people are there who were caught in plagiarism. So you should avoid plagiarism. The quality indicators of your research will be in form of social benefit. Dissertation. Is your research only dissertation to degree or lab to library, whereas it should be outcome to social application and lab to land. It should, your research should benefit society, should come onto the land instead of going just to the library. What is research impact of your research, how the publication is impacting. That is normally there are benchmarks like citations, H index, which is there, then I-10 index is there. There are platforms on which it is impact is measured. Then another way of impacting is how it is bringing social change, either through patents or technology transfer, or going on to society. Productivity and technology, is it bringing something new? Institutions ranking, accreditation and guides reputation, all these are also quality indicators of your project. That means if you are doing research in an IRF or NAC accredited institution, how the collaboration is, how international tie-ups are there. And honors and awards, of course, is one of the key areas. In the last on plagiarism, I have already told that this is most important aspect. You should be careful. You must acknowledge the authors whom you have used. You must avoid superfluous things. Third person should be used. Clarity of graphs and pictures is most important, and use of correct format. Thank you very much. I think I overstayed for about 10-15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are highly blessed. We feel blessed that you are with us today, and you have really given a very insightful and informative lecture. Thank you. I request the moderator to kindly take the questions.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for your brilliant and insightful lecture and presentation as well. Now the session, as Shalini ma'am told, is open for discussion. If there are any questions, queries, all the fellow participants are requested to put forth.
Sir, I would like to ask one question. Don't you think, sir, the time has come when we should give freedom to the scholar to come up with their new ideas and proceed with those ideas? Because many a times what the guides do is if they are not comfortable with the area, many a times they promote those areas in which they have expertise, and they don't allow the scholars to take new areas or new topics. So what is your take on that, sir?
A very good question. And if you look at the structure or UGC guidelines, or what is intended in a research work, the basic requirement is that one should select a guide relevant to the area in which he wants to work. That is one requirement. But unfortunately, what happens is that in a particular institute where scholars are doing their research work, the faculty's field of area is limited. It becomes very difficult for a research scholar to find a person who is working in that area. But I think even if you don't find a guide who is expert in that area where you are working, you are free to take co-guide, and you should convince your guide to let you work in the area where he wants to or she wants to work. So I think it is um, best dependent on the human relation which the scholar will make with the guide. But as it stands, this option is available. But then in that case, guide's role reduces. Uh, Reduces in terms of his expertise or her expertise. And then the scholar will have to find a person who is really expert in that area and can guide him. So that what you said is true, and the structure permits that. But only thing is that it is difficult to have an expert in the area where exactly you want to work.
Sir, one more thing, sir. Is there any scope for independent research? I mean, would we ever be able to see that?
You see, if you look at all those rewarded research, like Ramanujam, or even say Nobel laureate, the first Nobel laureate from our country, they did not do it in the present format or that time what format was available. Like Ramanujam did it in his research in dockyard as a clerk. He was doing on some paper, and Raman, on which my university's name is there, he did it on 200 rupees experimental setup, which was in one of the private labs. So that thing is there, but normally what you find today is that research is being done for a particular product, maybe in terms of a PhD or in terms of publishing a paper or in terms of publishing a book. So in that case, when you are objective oriented, not the process oriented, then the problem will be there. But I don't think anybody will have any objection. Rather, these days the institutes are looking for those people who are good researcher and who can be brought into university fold, because with new education policy, there is a lot of credit given to research, and slowly the real research with all the government plans will pay dividend. So I think research can be done on any platform.
Thank you, sir. That was inspiring. Thank you.
Sir, could you please throw some more light on the issue of plagiarism? Actually, you have referred to it and sugar-coatedly warned to take care of that. Please kindly explain it a little more.
Yeah, actually, plagiarism has become very important issue, because this has become more critical because of development of technology also. Now you have internet, you have facilities to do plagiarism and get away. That also is one part. And you have technology which can find out plagiarism effectively. So both things are there. That's why I said the ethics in research is most important aspect. So if you are doing plagiarism, that means plagiarism is what? That means what you are claiming as yours is not yours. That is the basic thing about plagiarism. And to avoid plagiarism, the best thing will be to do it on your own. So even if you have read something, even if you have attended something, you avoid the luxury of copying it and pasting it. Instead, if you can do it in your own words, then plagiarism is avoided in the first step. But writing somebody's finding in your own words is also not good. So there should be something which you have found, or something which is improvement on the earlier finding. So the plagiarism can be avoided with a good mindset only. You see, any amount of sermons or preaching will not do it until unless one is very clear that he wants to do it ethically, a good thing, and his mindset is that it is difficult. But the guide plays a very vital role in this. The institute also plays a vital role, and now the university grant commission and institutions are very serious. So I think in the own interest of the researcher, it is good that he doesn't copy. In very plain language is do your own work, find your own solution, and refine it. Take time. So plagiarism is only a outcome of shortcuts. If you want to do everything in a fizzy, if you want to do everything quickly, then you start manipulating, you start copying. So that's why the minimum period has been set for PhD and research. So it's a mindset basically, but everybody has to play a role, because research is not an individual's work, it is a teamwork. The guide is there, the reviewer is there, the institution is there, the individual who is doing research is there. So in a teamwork, manipulation should be avoided. And it's better to check.
Thank you, sir.
The paid software plague check should be done. Preferably, there are hundreds of free plagiarism check software are available, but they are not all that reliable. And then you lose your content to them, and it may be misused by them.
Fine. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any more questions, please?
Okay, then should we close the?
Yeah, if no more questions, we can wrap up the session. Shalin ma'am?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That was really an insightful session and highly inspiring also. You gave many examples that really motivate us to, to do better. And I'm sure the participants must have been benefited by your lecture. Thank you. We are highly thankful to you. So now I request you, sir, to kindly invite our next resource person. Ma'am has joined us. So please invite her and introduce her to the audience.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I think Shubhada ma'am has been assigned to introduce our guest for this session. I hope Shubhada ma'am is there.
Yes, I'm there.
Good evening, ma'am.
Audible? Yeah, good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Please continue.
Should we start now? Or should we wait till 5:30? The session was 5:30, so I just...
No, ma'am, kindly start.
Okay. So, good evening to one and all. It has been a great pleasure to be part of this amazing 1 week program. And I've been assigned the task of introducing today's second resource person, that is Dr. Sai Madhvi ma'am. She has done her PhD in mobile communication through graph theory in computer science from Rayalaseema University. She's working as a professor and head of computer science department, artificial intelligence and machine learning department, RYM Engineering College, Bellary, Belgaum. She believes in there is no substitute for hard work. She has 24 years of teaching experience. She has presented many papers at international conferences and written many research articles in international journals. She has also chaired many sessions and worked as a moderator and keynote session for many such sessions. She has been a vice president of Grand Academic Portal for 2020 and president of Grand Academic Portal for 2021. She is also associated as an editorial board member with GAP. She has a lead role in Certified Digital Teacher, that is an online program which certifies the teachers for online teaching. And she has been the regional coordination for GAAC, and she has also written many books and many journals under GAP, and she has written a book called as Road to Destiny. So I welcome Dr. Sai Madhvi madam to our session, and we will be obliged, and I'm very sure that we will take away very important lesson from her. Thank you, ma'am.
क्या हुआ मुझे सेकंड वाला इंपॉर्टेंट लग रहा है
Brahmdev ji, kindly mute yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Sai Madhvi ma'am. We welcome you here, and you can take up the stage and you can proceed, ma'am.
Dr. Sai Madhvi D, ma'am, are you there in the meeting? Can you hear us? Let me make a call. Shubhada ma'am.
Yes.
Dear participants, it seems there is a technical problem. She's joining again, and till then we'll wait for her. She is an extremely resourceful person, scientist par excellence, and she was one of the prime members of GAP who started the online FDPs, and who made us do a lot of hands-on workshops on new technology for teaching and learning through online mode. So let's wait for another 1-2 minutes. Till then, I also request the participants to kindly mark their attendance. The attendance link is there in the chat box. Yeah, we have reposted the attendance link. So kindly fill your attendance link till then. So for those who have joined late, today is the 5th day of the online FDP on comprehensive research methodology jointly organized by MD College and Grand Academic Portal. Today we had a session by Professor Vijay Kant Verma, Honorable Chancellor, C.V. Raman University, Patna. He talked about positioning and importance of research in higher education. And now we'll be having another important presentation by Dr. Sai Madhavi D, Professor and Head, CSE, and she has worked on artificial intelligence and ML, mobile learning, and she is from RYMEC, Bellary, Karnataka. I believe Dr. Sai Madhavi D, ma'am, has joined us. Ma'am, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. We have already given your introduction. So heartiest welcome to you, ma'am, again. And it's always a pleasure listening to you because you're a storehouse of knowledge and new ideas. So looking forward to listening to you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shalini, ma'am. And first and foremost, good evening to all the participants. Even though it is Saturday evening, we are 65 of us in the meeting. And good evening to Preeti Oza, ma'am, and JP, sir. I don't know if sir is in the meeting or not. But before I can start, can I ask a few questions to the participants?
Yes, ma'am. Please put your video on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Am I visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we have in the chat session
Good evening, Sai ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Dr.
This
Sai
is our-
Madhavi is our president, ex-president, Grand
Ex-
Academic Portal, and wonderful speaker, and very, very interesting speaker because she provides a lot of hands-on practices also at times. And our researchers across India have benefited a lot with her talks. Thank you for being here with us, ma'am.
Ma'am, you have raised me very high. Sairam. There was a long gap before I can give a talk. I should say once again, it was a motivation from Preeti ma'am. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken up so quickly after that health setback. I think I would have taken a little more time to come back. Right, anyways. So we are 65, all our researchers. Can we just have one in the chat box if you are a budding researcher? That means you have just started your research, you are with an idea, just with an idea, or you're planning to jump into. If it is yes, then just type 1 into the chat box. Let me see a number of ones in the chat box. Good. 2, 3, 4. Yes. So out of 65, only 4 are budding, 5 or 5 are listening to me. 6, 7. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. So 19 of us are just 20, 21, 22, 23, 23, just budding researchers, 23, 24. Oh. So then out of 65, only 25 are in the just budding stage. 26. So maybe if you are listening to me or if you are not listening to me, 27, 28. Okay. So thank you for quite a good response. Almost 50% are in the budding stage. Okay, I got an idea. Let me begin my talk. There are two talks which ma'am has given to me. One is on OER and the other one is on digital tools. Digital tools will be of some help to you. OER is just an awareness. So where shall we start first? Theory or tools? I think we'll start with theory part first so that we can. Shall I share my screen, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, please. Yes.
Okay. So first I'll start off with theory. Quickly, I'll complete it. I'll not take much time. Later, I will show you all the possible tools with the help of which you can start your research. Okay. So let me finish off that theory part in 10 or 15 minutes, later which we will start with the digital tools. Okay. So is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the whole screen is filled with open educational resources. Okay. As I told, there are two topics here for the day. One is open educational resources. Okay. As academicians, we all need to know what are all the open educational resources, how we can use them, or how we can create them, and so on. And the second part is about digital tools. So that is another PPT. Let me start off quickly and finish this off. This is the theory part. Okay. I thank MD College of Arts and Science and Commerce, Mumbai, for giving me this opportunity along with the GAP, right? So we'll start with the definition of OER. There are so many definitions given by Flora Hewlett Foundation, OECD, UNESCO, Cape Town of Open Education Declaration, blah, blah, blah. There are so many coming up below also. I'll just give one definition so that we'll understand what are OERs. So what he's trying to tell here, OERs are teaching, learning, and research resources. If I want to teach, if I want to learn, and if I want to make use of those resources for my research, and that are residing in the public domain. and or have been released under intellectual property license that permit their free use and repurposing by others. So if I have created some data and I'm putting it on the net, so somebody else is using it. That is the facility. If I'm saying open educational resources, if I'm putting my data onto the net and somebody else is able to use it, or somebody else is putting on the net and I'm able to use it. That is a simple concept. What are all the things that we can put and what are all the things that we can use is, it could be your videos, it could be your material, it could be your PPTs, it could be your material, it could be your research paper, dash, 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 all that things. So we are putting everything onto your net. So all the definitions have been given here: digitized material, offered freely, openly, for educators, let it be, for students, let it be, for self-learners, those who are not having any background of education, let it be. But if I'm interested, say I want to learn something, there should, fiction. See, I should have 10th only, then only I can take up this course. Some 10th standard only, then only I can take up this course. Something like that is not required. So when it is open, you have that liberty to access that material and learn. So that is about definition of OER, and some more definitions I told you given by Wikipedia, OER Commons, and so on. Okay, so what are the benefits? So education is open for everyone. When it is open for everyone, you can just list out the benefits that come up. See, maybe you will have some time to prepare your notes. You may not have the time to prepare. So you can just grab the notes that is already available freely on the net. And then if there is some addition to be done to it, you can make your additions and then put it on back onto the net and give it to somebody else who might need that. So something like this. So many benefits are there. I've just listed them out. Education is open to everyone. It should be affordable. If I cannot pay the fees and sit in a classroom, at least if I have the thirst to learn, I should be affordable. Just with the, taking the net pack, I should be able to learn what it is if I have the thirst to learn, and so on. So some of the benefits I've listed. So potential benefits under various categories, we can put them like government perspective, institutional perspective, educators perspective, learners perspective. Learners is below. So what is government perspective? Their motto is the education should reach each and every nook and corner of the world. So you can see here advancing knowledge by unlocking information for the benefit of all. So one single line, and there are some more. So they'll promote lifelong learning, and they will be able to see that many of us are participating in learning, dash, dash, dash. So institutional perspective, if one of the member of the institution is trying to create some OER and is trying to put it on the institution, it is going to bring laurels to the institution, definitely. And the name of the institution's flag will raise high in the internet, something like that. So institution perspective, what if we are going to provide the OERs? And then educators perspective. So personal gain through increased reputation. So if from educators point of view, I want to learn something, that is my only concept. So personal gain through increased reputation, I can gain publicity, I can foster connections with so many other colleagues. Okay. And okay, that could be from educators perspective. Learner, as I said, I'm interested in learning. There should be no barrier for me to learn anything. So an independent learner who has access to the internet can access material from the best universities in the world. See, even which we cannot imagine. Okay, such universities, MIT, BIT, whatever institutions existing around the world, we can access the data that they are giving openly to us and freely to us without any charges. So it promotes learning. Basically, it promotes learning without any barrier. So that is from the learner's perspective. Okay, then we move on to the next, history and development. When these OER started, I've just put a whole list here. Say January 1999, it started with University of Biggin, right? When they announced about OERs, then later MIT announced its courseware and made it available freely on the net, and so on. Like that, it went on, and you have here Khan Academy, University of Michigan. Slowly, the number of universities started getting included into this list. So I've just made few of the list only. I have made it available. Okay. So then what are the potential challenges? Say I'm saying everything is available openly, then what are the potential challenges? So there may be technical issues, there may be economic issues, there may be social issues, there may be some legal issues, something like this. So what are technical? Lack of, see, if I'm not having broadband connection, I'm not affordable for net pack. These will be the technical issues. Economical issues, lack of resources to invest in the broadband. That means to take even the net pack. That will be economically a challenge for me. Social issues. So everything is there, but I am not having the knowledge to access. That means I need to have some skills, right? So some technical skills, where, what is available, how to access it, how to use it. That minimum basics I need to know, right? So that will become my social issues. Absence of technical skills, unwillingness. See, I'll be preparing my notes. Usually earlier cases, I used to prepare my notes. I'm happy to share it with my students, but I'm not happy to share it with my colleagues because there is a competition. No, I need to have my own identity. So I used to never share it, but that is not the case when it is with the internet and with the OER resources being available to us. All of us are putting it onto the net. No, I said, I'm not interested. What might be the reasons? See, what are the reasons? Why are you not interested in sharing your notes to your colleagues who is sitting next by you? You want your own identity, I told you. If she gives you that identity, that she has shared the notes from you, do you have any issues? Definitely not. If she just puts one word saying that, ma'am, this notes is ma'am's, so I'm dictating the notes from ma'am's notes. That's it. You are done. You will give whatever you want to that person. So credibility was not given earlier. So they used to just take the notes and then behave as though it was their own notes. So when that credit is being not given to us, we definitely will not feel like sharing because you have put in a lot of effort sitting night and day and preparing that notes from different textbooks. And then you have come to a best output. And that output, without credit, somebody else grabs that output, you will not be able to digest. So this is what happens. This is what is one challenge when I'm saying I'm putting it onto the net. Is somebody giving me the credit? Is not giving me the credit. All that, it rotates all around that particular factor, right? So social issues, unwilling to share, to give away your intellectual property, all such issues. So then what are legal issues? So something is that, see, if I have a textbook in my library, I am restricted from taking a Xerox copy and circulating the Xerox copy. Say that the textbook is costing me around 1,000 or 2,000 rupees earlier. So I just wanted one chapter from that, but I don't have the permission to take Xerox and distribute it to my students because of the copyright issues. Definitely. Right? So such issues. And if I don't know, I am circulating it, I'm in trouble. So such issues will be considered as legal issues. This is potential challenges. Okay, then what is Creative Commons? Now I have told you credit was not given to me and then legal issues are there. Then how do I access and then distribute something which I have accessed? I'm willing to say that so-and-so, I have taken it from so-and-so person and I'm trying to distribute it. But where should I represent it? How should I represent it? How should I, distribute it or use it? All such challenges. So then we have got Creative Commons licensing system. I have shown that list of history when they started including. So what exactly is Creative Commons? So all Creative Commons licenses are constructed from a combination of 4 specific rights. They're giving us some 4 rights, okay? Right to, and so on. Or conditions that can be reserved by the creator. So if I have created some material, I should have some liberty. I should have some right. And in what way I want to give it to you, that liberty should be given to me. So that can be reserved by the creator or author of the resource. What are those rights? Okay, I've just put one types of Creative Commons licenses. You can see here attribution is there, non-commercial is there, no derivatives is there, share alike. Okay, so let me read out. Attribution means you are giving credit to the creator. So all Creative Commons licenses require that others who use your work in any way must attribute it. That means they must say, I have taken this material from so-and-so madam or from so-and-so link or from so-and-so institute and so on. So must attribute it. that is, must reference the work, giving you credit for it and the way you request, but not in the way that suggests you to endorse them or their use of work. If they want to use your work without giving you credit or endorsement purpose, they must get permissions first. If they don't want to give you permission, you see, when we are trying to download materials, there will be a marking behind, watermarking. They'll put their college name or their website name or something like that. Watermarking can be kept or can be removed also from that Word document or from that PDF. There are ways to create it, means there are ways to erase it also. So somebody has created it and wants that credit. He puts a watermarking behind. So it comes in the background and you have downloaded it and you have you have the copy with you. But when you want to share it with your students, you don't want that to be disclosed. You want to act as though that is being given by you itself. So you remove that watermarking. If you want to remove that watermarking and then share it, then you need to take the permission. If you are sharing with the watermark, that's okay. That means you're giving credit to the creator. No means if you're removing it, then you should take the permission. So then who has created it, then take the permission, put a message in the mail, getting reply. It's all not possible. Then how do I take those permission? It becomes a difficult task. Things like that. So then these are all the things which we'll be facing in our day-to-day life. Non-commercial. So you let others copy, distribute, display, perform, modify, and use your work for any purpose. So you give them a chance. You have created a material, you give them a chance to modify it also. That is what he says. You can copy, you can distribute, you can display, you can modify, and then you can distribute it. So and use your work for any other purpose other than commercially. So it should not be a commercial purpose. That means you should not benefit out of it. It should not be for commercial. If they want to use your work commercially, once again, they need to take your permission, something like that. No derivatives. So this is the symbol, all the symbols you need to remember, because I'll show you the next slide, how we need to paste that symbol at the end of the document, taking the Creative Commons permissions. So you let others copy, distribute, display. That is, I'm speaking about no derivatives, and perform only original copy of your work. If they want to modify your work, they must get your permission. So only your original work should be distributed. If they want to modify and distribute, then they need to take your permission. That is your plan. That means you don't want somebody to modify it at all. If that is what is in your mind, then you'll be choosing this particular symbol, something like that. Then share alike. This is the best and easy access symbol, I can say, or condition or right, I can say. You can let others copy, distribute, display, perform, modify your work, as long as they distribute any modified work on the same terms. So you say that they can share it, okay, they can without any permission. If you have given that permission, if he is also setting that same permission, then you're happy. Share alike. Or you said they should use non-commercial, then even the person who is using it should use non-commercial. So what are the terms and conditions that you have placed? That same terms and conditions should be used by them also, something like that. So that is share alike. So as far as they are using the same terms and condition set by you, you don't mind whether it is modified work or whether it is the same work. So these are the conditions here. Quickly, I will show you how you can paste those conditions here. The most popular combination of Creative Commons rights or condition make up these 6 licenses. So these are the licenses. So is it visible to you for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, it was from my end. Okay. So here, attribution CC by. So you can see here in the left top corner, you can see one symbol. Can you? So it is CC by. So these are the symbols which I have shown you here. These are the four symbols which I have shown you here. So attribution, non-commercial, no derivative, share alike, something like that. So here we are using those combinations. Attribution CC by, attribution share alike, that is CC by SA, share alike, or attribution no derivatives, that you can see here, CC by NC SA, or CC by NC ND, or okay, to CC by ND or CC by NC. I hope you're getting it. So what is the combination that you are going to give here? Whether you are going to give share-alike combination, whether you are going to give CC by ND, no derivative combination, whether you are going to give CC by NC, okay, NC, okay, non-commercial purpose, okay, like that. And CC by NCSA, all combinations you have kept. See, if you are going to share it, you are going to modify it, it should be for non-commercial purpose, you can share alike, but you should take the permission, blah, blah, blah. So CC by NC and D, like this. So this license is the most restrictive of the 6 main licenses, only allowing others to download your works and share them as it is. You should share them as it is, no modifications. So CC by NC by ND, note, you are not giving them to derive, modify it, and you are not allowing them for commercial purpose, all such things. So this is the one. So what you do is whatever document you are going to create, okay, this attribution should be placed. Okay, this is the license that if you have created, what is the permissions or what is the combinations that you want. No, you are going to set the symbol and release this material into the net. So somebody else want to use that, then they have to look into what is the creator's license that he has prescribed there, and then whether he has permission to modify it, does he have permission not to modify it, look at it, and then you can access it. I hope you're getting it. So these are all the 6 licenses that can be created, and they can be placed in the document by you, or if you're taking somebody's document, look into the license, what he has specified, just by looking at this symbol, that is attribution CC by or CC by SA, CC by NC. Looking at that, you come to know, okay, what are the permissions permitted by the creator or extended by the creator to us, something like that. I hope I have made it clear. Instead of reading that whole content again, I hope I've made the things clear. What are all the types of OER? Already I have listed, but once again, let me list it out. Digital learning objects, like individual digital assets. It could be libraries. It could be encyclopedias. It could be archives. It could be textbooks. It could be open course, courseware, complete course. Okay, courseware. It could be short courses. These are the list. It could be videos also. What is not listed here, I can tell you what. It could be videos also. It could be PPTs also. It could be some notes also. Whatever you are putting it onto the net and you are trying to access from the net for your educational purpose or for your research purpose. Whatever it is an OER, which is freely, openly available to you. Okay, so how you can categorize them? You can put them into directories, you can put them into platforms, or you can speak in terms of repositories. Directories means they'll be providing you a link wherein your research articles will be there, like a DOAJ. That is one. Even in our GAP is also having so many journals wherein they're giving us the link. Free access is being given to us. So we can call them as a list, directories. Okay, platforms. By platform, we mean digital tools designed to do something with your OER. This could include tools to develop new or adapt existing OERs, or platform could be designed to license new OERs, or a wiki educator. See, you are having that Wikipedia, wherein you can even add your content, modify the content. So he's giving you a platform, he's giving you the content. He says, if you have better information than this, you can even modify that. So those will be acting as platforms to us, wherein we can modify. Or you can just take your own content and put it. That's a different issue, but specifically given, we call them as platforms. And then you can speak about the repositories. A collection of OERs put under one frame. You can call it as a repository. Like MIT courseware is there. You can call it as a repository. Okay, so I have again listed out the directories, and I have given some examples. And I have given Wikipedia. As I told you, platform is Wikipedia. Okay. Next, repositories. I told you about MIT open courseware. There is a list here that I have given. You can choose one, whichever is very common and commonly heard, that can be chosen. Okay. Khan Academy, that is there. Okay. Searching for OER. Now you may ask me, now how do I search for my OER? Okay. I think we have lost the power here. And okay. A number of search engines have been designed to search, especially OERs. Okay, CC search engine is there, Joram search engine is there. Now, if we are not in touch with these, or if you have not used them, see some more search engines also has been listed. Now you can go in for Google search, advanced search, and then there also you can say, I want CC. Okay, whatever material is there, I want to have Creative Commons licensed material only I want to access. That way you can say. Okay, that is we will see when we are just doing the advanced search. So Google advanced search, this is another thing, right? Okay, what are so actually I should have told principles first, but anyways, when we know the concept more, much better, the principles will be understood clearly. So I said, let me reverse it out, and I've put principles at the lower end. So what is it that is helping you? OER is helping you to reuse, redistribute, revise, remix, and retain your own content. So this is the liberty that it gives. These are the principles that will be followed when you are saying that I have OER. Do I need to read it? Reuse? Best, we all of us know how to reuse the material, whatever is available, whatever I want, I'm just going to cut and paste whatever is needed, and I'm going to reuse it for my purpose. And then redistribution, distributing the work to the group of students or to the group of researchers or to whom you want to share that particular material with. Revise. So already material is there with you. You want to add some more point of yours. So you're revising it, updating it, and then you're giving it. The reason is maybe the portion has increased. The portion has updated. Syllabus has updated. So you add to that existing one. So revise. Remix. There are two authors who have given two different materials, and you are happy with both the materials. You make a mix out of those two and you create your own material. Remix. And then retain. You don't want whatever is being created by you, you want it to be retained as it is. Then you can specify. All this was possible with your OERs and with the licenses that they have specified. And easy. I just need to specify the license. So global, OER initiatives globally. So you can see here 750, China says materials from 750 courses made available by 222 university members, and he has given you a link there. So all that is available in that particular link. Like that, I have taken a list of, then you may say, what is this? You're putting all global initiatives. What about us? Definitely. So TESS is our initiative only. And I've taken this slide from TESS India only, right? So you can see what are all initiatives that are available in our country. So you have national OER. It is called as NENR OER. This is the link here. This is MHRD, NCERT. All materials are available here. CC by SA. And NPTEL, all of us know, maximum of us, I'm not looking into the chat, but I'm not asking the question also. But I think if we are 65 of us in the group, I can bet that 60 of us have touched upon this NPTEL courses. Whether we have got certified or no, but we have access to the courses. We have looked into what exactly it provides. If no, then just put a no into the chat box. I'll just open that NPTEL courses also and show it to you. Okay. And then I thought maybe I may be wrong, but can I look into the chat session there? Yes. So all of us are accessing the NPTEL courses. If yes, put yes into the chat box. At least 1, 4, 5. Then I can confirm that we are all. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So then let me close off the chat box. Okay. So you can see almost because it is freely available to us, whether we are certifying ourselves or no, but we have definitely accessed the content. We have registered and we have accessed the content. That is the beauty of OER. So NPTEL is providing that for us, free releases content freely and openly under CC by SA. That is the reason why we can access that course material and also share it to anyone. And then there is one more Karnataka OER wiki. This is another one. Okay. ICT 4 changes for working with teachers to support understanding of OER and developing lesson plans. All that is available here. And there is Pratham also. Pratham books are there. They have also given this OER, but CC by NCSA. 2, right now, currently, they have relaxed it to CC by SA. So that is it. And then you have National Mission on Education through ICT OER. This is another NMEICT. This is another. So there are many more. I've just listed a few. Okay, there are many more open educational resources which are available for us. Only thing is we need to have the link and we need to access. And once we are accessing and benefiting, we should also share that link to our fellow researchers or fellow colleagues or friends or students or whatever. Okay, these are some of the references, and these were some of the materials from which I have actually taken the content and made a PPT here. Okay, that was on OERs. And if you have any doubts on OER, you can ask, or I'll start off quickly with the second topic, that is digital tools. Yeah. So I don't know, let me check with the chat, or shall I? At the end, we can have a discussion also on OER or whatever. So shall we move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then okay, let me start with digital tools for research. Now, before I can start, okay, before I can start, let me open the chat session once again. Can you all, how to check which OER is authentic? Okay, material is authentic, you mean to say? Okay, we will have the discussion. I'll open some OERs and we will have the discussion. And now the question to you is, since 30% was in the budding stage of research, so whoever has put 1 into the chat box, apart from these 1, the rest of the 50% of the participants are in the midway of the research, right? Or maybe at the end phases. Now, can I have a list of tools that are being used by you or explored by you? Can we have the tools listed out in the chat? I'll not ask you like how you are using them, just the tool. If you have really used it in your, if you have used it for your research purpose. Zotero, okay, very good. SPSS. I think from last 2 classes, madam was speaking about SPSS only. Yes, JSTOR, very good. Okay, Jayashri madam and Geeta Pujari. Okay, we'll ask some questions later. Completed. Okay, very nice, very nice. Then you can help us with the many tools that you have used in your research, or if your research did not come across the tools tool requirement, not an issue. It's not that we have to compulsorily use tools, nothing like that. Okay, so only few of the tools have been listed out. See, are we not using Word, Excel? These also we are using, no? That also could have been listed. Right, anyways. So not much of the list is coming out. Word, Excel. You are using them, no? Excel for calculations. Yes. Okay. Other than these, so why I'm just checking upon is, and let me have a 1 in the chat box if you have published your papers. Let me see how many ones. If you have already published your work, Turnitin you have used. The person who has completed most probably must have used Turnitin, or those who are publishing the papers must have used Turnitin. Okay. Now my question was, published. Okay. Published your papers. Okay. So at that time when you are publishing, how did you choose your where you need to publish? Any one of you can answer? How did you choose your where you need to publish your papers? Usually they'll tell, no, this is the best one. This is indexed. This has so much impact factor. Yeah, Scopus is listed. So these are some of the terms, no? It has impact factor, indexing is there. Okay. Okay, UGC care. Okay. Okay, since you have listed, how many of us know whether the journal is listed in UGC or no? How do I check? There is a UGC care list, but every time it keeps getting updated. Okay. So anyways, for those who have UGC care list is there, impact factor is there. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Now I'll be closing off my chat box. We'll quickly scroll off my PPT, that second PPT, and then we will come down, checking with all the possible links and what are all the possible ways these digital media can help us in making our research work simple. Okay. So let me close off this chat session quickly. So let's start with the digital tools. Under what category? What are all? See, you could list me 1, 3 or 4, but I bet that when I'm listing those, at least 50% are known to you. But only thing is, quickly those did not come up into your mind. That's it. But all of us are aware of them. Some doubts are there for few of us, and since 30% of them said 1 in the chat box, I'll show whatever best simple possible ways in which we can use them for our research. Okay. So then, what will be the outcome? So here, identify the research articles. So I have to identify for OER only. Somebody asked me a question: how do I check whether this is an authentic material or no? Then when you are doing your research, when you are trying to download your research articles, am I taking a what I can say authentic data or no? Whether it is reliable, can I rely on that data and do my whole research? See, I'm taking the data and I'm trying to focus on my research based on that previous work. So then how far can I rely on that? So OERs are for educational purposes, we'll use maximum time. But when I'm saying that I'm trying to access the articles, then definitely I have to check the authenticity of the website or authenticity of the repository or authenticity of the database from where I'm going to download. Because based on that, my whole story or my whole research is going to be based upon. So that is my first outcome. What I'm trying to tell you here, identify research articles and appropriate information sources through searching various online tools. So I have to search, I have to download that too in my category, and then that should be authentic. And then I can rely and do my research, right? So that will be the first thing. So searching process. Second is in that searching process only, the second point also will come into picture. That is literature survey and critical analysis, known information for further reading. So how you are going to do your literature search survey. Okay. Then once you collect, you have the data with you now. And then you have a plan what to do with your data, right? So how do you manage your data? So data collection process is there. And how do you manage the collected data? And what sort of analysis you want to do on the data? Not all of us who are trying to collect the data will be doing analysis mathematically. Not all of us will be doing. So in the previous sessions, I think you have seen different design methodologies specified, right? And you have even seen how to analyze. Yeah, I think I just entered for a few seconds with SPSS. I have seen how ma'am was explaining the tool. So data analysis, all the time we will be doing analysis. There's no such hard and fast rule. And then when you are trying to do referencing, is it manually only, or do we have some tools which will help us in referencing and bibliography? That also we need to know. And when you're preparing your reports, is it only Microsoft Word that you're using or something else you can use? Like this, we will be discussing on these parameters. First, we will list out these are the lists. So when I asked you, you have listed out Zotero, SPSS, Excel. These were the list that was being given, Turnitin. So you have given them. I have just given under each heading, under each category, I have listed out all the possible tools. But we will just look into one as a sample, how the things can be made easy with the tool. Okay, that was it. So, so what are the points to ponder is, he says, after selecting a research problem, where do I go? What is it that I approach? Library is the first place, easy access, okay? To clarify the dimension of the problem. So you have decided, you have got one thought, that thought is made into a problem. That problem's dimensionality. What is the dimensionality of the problem? How I will come to know? Giving further reading. So where is the first place? Library is the first place. So learn. Then how you get the content in the library? Somebody must have done some work regarding that particular idea of yours. Some previous idea must be there, right? So learn what others have done in that area or in the colliery investigation. To receive ideas, to sharpen that help you to shape the and focus on your research. So somebody else has done some work, you are trying to read, you are trying to collect, you are trying to look into what is the way in which they have done or taken further with respect to that particular topic. And then what is it that you can plan further to shape, to get one shape to your research, something like that. So what is a specific mechanism? So all these days, I think this is the 5th day, all the methodologies were being taught to you. This is the methodology. These are the possible research designs available, which you can use. So methodologies are being taught. So what is a specific mechanism or strategy the researchers uses? If you are a researcher, now what are you doing? Doing to do what? To collect. If you're collecting, then are you manipulating it? Or are you interpreting it? Or are you having a measurement on that? Or are you having some validations on that? Or are you trying to find the reliability of it? And to what extent accuracy? See, it should be accepted means finally it should be more accurate comparatively to the previous. So finally you'll end up with that accuracy results at the end. So you can see that this point is the most important point. What a researchers in the researcher's mind, it moves around. What is a mechanism, strategy the researcher is using to collect, manipulate or interpret data, measure the data, validate the data, or find some reliability in it and try to conclude with some accuracy. Okay, so what is the approach that I'm going to look into is an approach to carry out your research work or research project by choosing some set of tools, some simple tools. Already they have listed out. Let me also list some more and tell you that these are all categorized tools. You can use them. Okay, so just have an idea. All those tools, I may not use them. Are you getting it? There is a category under this. Okay, if at all when you are doing your research, you get that I may need it, then you can look into that list, learn one of that, and then carry forward your research in that area. Okay, so an approach to carry out our research project or work by choosing some set of tools. We'll be starting with Google, advanced Google search quickly, just for a minute or two. That when I complete my presentation, I will start one by one. Okay, so to do your literature survey. So somebody was asking me about the authenticity. So you can see here some of the databases which are authentic, no? Like Google Scholar, Microsoft Academia Search, ResearchGate. So from wherever I take, can I have that reliability? But if I'm taking from some of the renowned databases, then definitely I can rely on them, because there is a review on those journals, peer review is there, blind review is there. So many things are there which run behind, and they take 1 year before they can publish it in these particular databases. Because of that, I can have a reliability. That is how you need to check the reliability.
Excuse
So
me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Can we take a screenshot of this slide?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you the link in the references where I have taken this. So you can definitely take, don't worry. Okay. So, so then, what are the data tools? If you want, you can take, but there is a link in the PPT below, which you can open and you can see the entire, what I can say, PPT prepared by somebody else, from where I have picked what I wanted, remixing. So you can see from there, you can take a pick here also.
Right, ma'am. Done. Ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So then, data collection tools. See, I told you when we have collected data with us, okay, then what are the tools to collect the data? I said you are collecting it. And what are the ways in which I can collect? Nobody has spoken about Google Forms. Most of the time when we are preparing our analysis, we will be collecting from Google Forms only. And these are all the different types of Google Forms which will help us in collecting the data. I think all of us are aware of Google Forms. Now, madam will be sending feedback link. That is a Google form. Whether madam has used Google form or whether madam has used Microsoft Forms or whether madam has used Survey Monkeys, depending on what is the tool madam has used. I think 90% of us will use Google Forms, very friendly, user-friendly and flexible and enough for simple analysis. When you're going beyond certain features which are not available in Google Forms, maybe you'll go in for Survey Monkeys. I hope all of us have looked into this list where it is available also is given. So then here, already we have discussed about the databases, famous databases for research articles. So there's a big list being given to you here. You can just pick one or two. All of us are knowing about IEEE, Explore, Science Direct, DOAJ, JGate, Microsoft Academia, ORCID, Paper ID, Paperify, so many Scoopers. All these are famous databases wherein your articles are placed. Okay, whether the articles related to your research work, you have to search and try to extract those materials and then look into. Okay, I'm just giving you the possibilities here. So data collection tools. Did I give it twice? I think I went up. Sorry. Okay. So after databases, I'm speaking about data sets also, wherein you have a specific folder. So if I'm into image processing, I need thousands of images which should be taken as an input to my research. So at that point of time, to have that images, right? I'll be taking the help of data sets. So here we have some set of what I can say available data sets, like Kaggle is one. Wherein what are the data sets that Kaggle is providing us? Whenever you are doing under machine learning, if your research is under machine learning, Kaggle, you can approach Kaggle for getting the data sets. So he'll be giving you in CSV form. That also we will see once. We will look into that link. So if you are looking into news and sports, if that is the data that you want to extract and do something on that in your research work, then 538 is the what I can say is the tool. BuzzFeed, NASA means you'll definitely get into mind about the Earth observations. So something about pics about Earth, Earth observation pics if you want, then we'll be approaching NASA. Amazon WS, wide category of data sets are available there. So you need to check what is the data set that I need and where to approach. So I've just given you a list and the approach. Okay. And open source. I think this one, madam was explaining. I think in 2 sessions, madam was explaining about SPSS statistics, as I've seen in the list, and 5 days list given to you. I think SPSS statistics, madam was explaining to you very clearly. I was just there for 10 minutes. RStudio is there. Whenever you want to do statistical analysis, these are all the possible tools that you can use. RStudio is one of the best, I can say. SPSS is another one. Okay, depending on your field, you have to make a selection. And then qualitative data analysis. Here, what he says is, you are having 1 second. So you are having qualitative data analysis software. What he says here is, this is a qualitative method. I mean, this method has a data analysis tools. It lets you to input data from a range of sources, maybe surveys, maybe interviews, maybe it will focus on group discussions and dash, and then take this for analysis. That is what it will do in your qualitative analysis. So such tools I have taken here: Max QDA, NBIVO, Atlas.ti. I'll take you to these also in the later part. These are some of the tools with the help of which, when your data is in a survey form, how to access the data and how to give it to a tool and how to extract what exactly you want from that particular survey. So these are the tools that are available. Qualitative. Quantitative. Already we have discussed statistical tool, SPSS, R tool, MATLAB is there, GraphPad is there, Excel is there. Quantitative. Whenever you want to do some quantitative analysis, you can use these. You can even add forms also here. Okay, and references. As I told you, I have seen in the chat box, few of you have written that you have published your papers. So whenever we publish our papers, at the end, we are definitely supposed to add our references. What are all the references that we have referred? Okay, at the end. And inside citation also we need to do referring which one. Okay, I was able to come down to this conclusion. So if you are doing the reference one is referred in a particular paragraph of yours, so you are going to give the inside reference for that. That is what you are going to do manually. That means I have taken an article, I have read this article, and I have understood that this article has done so and so, and I have come to a conclusion by looking at that content. So that content is added in your paper, describing all what I have spoken. And you are giving the citation that this is the reference number. So that is done manually. That can be done even automatically with the help of some tools. So somebody has given their Zotero already, one person has used it. So this is where using a digital tool, he has done the referencing. So you are having here EndNote, Zotero, Mendeley, BibDesk, Pepperpile, Papers. So many are there. So don't bother. So many are there when I should study all. No. Just take one. Try to look into one and then try to use one to see that your references are done automatically. That is almost at the end of your research. Whenever you are making your paper, at the end, you are going to look into this note. Okay, best summarizing tools without plagiarizing. How I can give you an example is, see, if you are under a guide, then he says, I want you to do literature survey for around not less than 50 papers, or say maybe not less than 20 papers. So definitely you're going to collect the database. You have collected all the 20. So next he says, what
Good evening, ma'am. Are you there, Preeti ma'am? I think we have lost the connection. Sai Madhvi ma'am is not there in the meeting. I think Sai Madhvi ma'am has lost her connection. So I'll just make a call. I've made a call and she's trying to rejoin. In the meanwhile, I'll be sharing the attendance link in the chat box. So till then, you can mark your attendance. Ma'am is trying to join back. That was a very interesting presentation that was going on, and we got to know about many new softwares and digital tools. I think Monkey Survey was a new kind of a thing for me. Similarly, so far we were using Google Forms only and Microsoft Forms, but today we got to know about more, like the Zoho forms, Survey Monkey, Type Forms, Cognito Forms, etc. And similarly, uh, something new that was added to my knowledge at least was how we can take the help of the summarizing tools for summarizing the literature review. So that makes research quite easy. Similarly, the moment ma'am joins, I would like to ask her about Monkey Learn, the digital tool for which is powered by artificial intelligence and which can do even qualitative research. So let's wait for ma'am to. Mamta ji, kindly mute yourself. Dear participants, we have posted the attendance link, so you can mark your attendance. Till then, if you have any queries, you can post your questions also. So thankfully now, Sai Madhvi ma'am has joined back. Ma'am, are you there? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I'm back. There was some issue, I don't know. Yeah. Are we here? All of us are here?
Yes,
Shall
ma'am.
we
Yes.
continue?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let me share my screen once again.
We were totally engrossed in your talk, ma'am. But
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
sometimes technology plays its role. It spoils the things.
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Not yet, ma'am.
No, 1 second.
Yeah, now it is showing
Yes.
digital tools.
So I think we were here.
Yes, ma'am. You were talking about summarizing of literature review papers.
Yeah. Okay. So we are having so many tools here available with us. We can use any of these tools so that we can get a summary just of our entire article. Maybe it is 2000 lines or 4000 lines, whatever it is, you'll be getting a gist out of it in just a few statements, maybe 7-8 statements, you'll be getting the gist out of it. So we will see this as we move further. I'm just giving you the list here. Right. And then to have the plagiarism test done. So once you are done with your paper, you have copied some content from elsewhere, or you have created your own, you have put in your own words. See, sometimes what happens, even if I write a content in my own words without copying also, because of the large availability of that particular topic on the internet, you get it as you'll get a plagiarism count. You may think that I have written the paper on my own, but yet why is this showing plagiarism? The reason is large resources of data available on the net or on that particular topic will make it to result or end up with plagiarism. So then how do I check whether my content is plagiarized, or to check further before I can submit it to a journal? No, I'll be needing some tools. So Grammarly is one, article checker is one, Turnitin is one, Dupli checker is another one, small SEO tools. So many are there. We will see one. Okay, free source where I can put my article or I can put my content and I can say what is the percentage of plagiarism that is existing in that particular paragraph. I can check that. So that we can do it with these tools. Okay, then where do you publish your articles? Definitely, I had it in my chat box that they were listing Scopus, elsewhere, IEEE, SIC, SSCI index. Definitely, if you are going in for all these, it will take 1 year time to publish your paper, at least 6 months time. So then next alternative will be in journals, which will take a lesser time. So definitely the next alternative all of us will be choosing is UGC care list. So that is another possibility, but there is a lot of ambiguity which of these journals are into care list and which are not. So whether that is in the UGC care list for this particular current year will not be visible to us. When you open the website and when you see the journal, it just says UGC care. But when I am going to publish my paper, I later come to know that it is not in the UGC care list anymore. So I'm after publishing, I cannot do anything. So this is where that ambiguity exists, and we do not have clarity whether that journal is in the UGC care list or not. So we will see how we can look into that also. And these are some of the references. So here I have put all the list from where I have bought that PPTs or where I have collected the data and all that. So many references I have taken. Thank you. So now we will do one thing. I'll close my PPT and I will start opening my links, and then we will look into how we can start off. So in my first this thing, where to start, how to start, what to do, what not to do. Now, what are the tools that will be helping me to do all that. So shall we start off with plagiarism checker only? Okay, so you can see here I've taken plagiarism checker. I'll just select this one of the thing and then show you. Okay. All I cannot go in detail. I'll just give you an idea. For everything, I will just give you an idea so that whatever you should do, you can open that sites and then you can look into. So you can see here instant plagiarism checker. This is. So you can see here so many facilities are there. It will rewrite one article. It will check the plagiarism. Plagiarism means whether you have copied as it is somebody's article and you are claiming that it is your article. That is plagiarism. So you are making a copy of somebody's data and you are saying, and you are claiming it to be your own data. So he says it is plagiarism. Plagiarism is there. So you can rewrite, you can have a grammar check. See if there are images and there is text on the image, that text only can be extracted also. That is here, image to text converter. So on the image, if there is a text popping up, only that image, only the text part can be extracted. Like that, so many are there. So do all of us need that particular facility? Not required. Do all of us need to, rewrite our articles? Not required. So based on your particular necessity, you can check the facilities that are available to us here. So you can see here, all that is the facilities that are available. One second. So what we can do here is we can just say plagiarism, flow system effect here audio quality. I may not stick on for much time. I don't know. Okay. So you can select plagiarism checker. I have checked that. I have chosen that. So you can see here it says plagiarism checker. So here he has given you space. Can you see the white space here? Here you need to cut and paste from your article whatever is being prepared by you, and then you need to say check the plagiarism for this. Okay, try now. So then it will give you in this particular area. It will give you here. Sorry, you are supposed to paste it here. If you are having any complete file, you can get it and paste it here. If you have in terms of lines, okay, or 2 paragraphs are there, 3 paragraphs are there, that you can paste it here. Okay, once you paste, you can see here, check plagiarism. There is one checkbox here. Okay, once you click this, it will tell you to what percentage there was plagiarism. This is a free tool. Otherwise, I have to go in for a paid version of Turnitin. Right check. So many are there. Paid version, so many are there. This is a free small SEO tools. I hope all of us can do. So if you have written just one paragraph and you want to check whether there is to what extent there is plagiarism in that particular paragraph written by you, you can come down here. You can come down here, paste your content here or your Word file here. You can upload your Word file and then you can just say check plagiarism. It will tell you to what extent there is plagiarism in that. Are you getting it? This is one of the free tool that is available to us. Okay, and grammar check also can be done with this. As I told you, there are so many. I chose only one for plagiarism. This is one. Okay, next. Let me go in with okay, let us do advanced Google search also. Quickly, just a minute time for the freshers, those who have put one in my chat box for them, how to start off. Okay. I'm running out of battery. I don't know why my UPS has failed right now. For how long I'll be able to explain, we will be connected. It's taking much time. Otherwise, it wouldn't have taken so much time.
No issues, ma'am. Sometimes it happens.
Okay. So you can see here you can say Google Scholar. This is another way. Instead of opening the that same link I had given, but it did not, it took much time. So I have, okay, so you can see here, Google Scholar. This is how, so in your Google search bar, you just type Google Scholar. You're coming to this point. Now here you are searching. say I want to search with respect to say wireless sensor networks. Okay, one topic I will take, say wireless sensor networks. Let me select that. Okay, in this I want to look into what are all the articles available. You can type whatever you are doing research on. Now, if you notice here, is this visible? About 13,70,000 results are there, which it has got to me in 0.12 second. It is able to fetch me. So that many number of records are there. Now, if I have to do research, 13,70,000 records, if I have to see, it's not possible by me, not by anybody else also. So then we have to scale it down and see that we take ourselves specific to our search area and what we are searching for. So it could be keywords, it could be year, or it could be a publication, publisher. These are the three things that you can look into. So you can see here, since 2022, if I'm going to take that year into consideration. So next, what happens? You can see here 17,400 results. Are you able to see me? 17,400. So 13 lakhs came down to 17,000. So the number of records are getting reduced. Now, if you are going in a little more further, you can see here advanced search. So here, that same wireless sensor networks is here. You can type your keywords. So maybe I want to search underwater sensors. Wireless sensor, there are thousands of sensors available to us. If I am looking into only underwater sensor, okay, and that too in the year 2022, and do you want it to be in the title or do you want it to be in the content of the paper? That you can decide. So anywhere in the article, or it should be only in the title. So main focus is whoever has focused that itself as the keyword, you're going to take that. So then what you're going to do, say search. So it was 17,000, right? Now you can see here only 10 results. Did you understand? In the year 2022, only 10 results are there for wireless sensor networks who are working, the articles which are related to underwater sensors. So how you scaled on from 13 lakhs to 17,000 to 10 records. I hope all of you are getting how you should begin your search. So we sit in a library or you sit in your system. You want to do research. You have a topic in your mind. So put your topic. How do I search? Simply, if I'm putting it in my Google search and I'm going to search, you will get lots and lots of records. And somebody has asked me, how do I know the authenticity also? So you can see here he has given. So in these 10 databases, whatever are there, he says this is from ResearchGate, an authentic database. This is from Site Press. This is from MDPI. Sometimes it will be from Scoopers. Sometimes it will be from Optica. Sometimes it will be from UGC Care. So you can see here Cambridge. So which is from which database I'm getting it also will be shown. I hope how to scale down, all of us have got it. So year wise, you can scale it down. Topic wise, you can scale it down. The keywords that you want to be existing in the paper, you can scale it down. Whether you want it as a title or whether you want it to be a content, you can scale it down. So from lakhs of records to, you can scale down to few hundreds or tens. And then you can easily look into in that 10, what is your idea and what is their idea. And that is how things can be made simple. So I hope I have not taken much time with that simple advanced Google search. Then let me look into what next. Okay, that was about advanced Google search. Next, article summarizer. Already I have just told you. Let me show you. I have taken one of the tools, summarizer. That was the tool, not resumer. I've just taken free summarizing and paraphrasing tool. Even paraphrasing also will be done. That means if you want it to be written in a different style, already you get a summary and you want to rephrase it and rewrite it. That facility also is available to us. So you can see here, whatever content you have, you have to cut and paste it in this particular place. And then you need to say, analyze the text. Okay, and you get a summary out of it. Are you getting it? So that is about a summary. Copy and paste your text here. This summarizing tool is 100% free. Okay, so this is one more tool that we have discussed. Okay. Then UGC care. Okay, this we will see. So this is how the list appears. You have group 1 and group 2 journal care list will be available in group 1 and group 2. If you just type it out, click on group 1, you get the whole list of articles that are in your group 1. And similarly, if you are going to click on the group 2, you will get the list of journals. Here we can even again go in for search. Here what we can do is you can type your username, password. Okay, my password, I have kept it open. Please don't use that. Okay, I am not a robot. Login. Okay. So you can see here. Here also you can search again in which database it is, whether it is in Web of Science, Scopus, in which format you want it. So you can give your search here. Okay. Exactly what is the area you are planning to. In that area, what are all the articles that are available? So you can select something from here, whether you want to search with respect to title, ISSN, or based on publisher you want to search, based on the subject you want to search. Let me say subject. Again, let me take computer science. Okay. So then you can go in and then you can have a search. There's a search button here. I think I'm not able to visualize. Yeah. So you can see here. So in computer science, what are all the journals? See, one of you may be from social sciences, one of you may be from humanities, one of you may be from computer science, electronics background, different backgrounds. So I have taken computer science. My battery is running low. As I said, there's no, my UPS is not working. I don't know what's happened. It has tripped. And I don't have anybody here to look into that. So quickly, let me show you. See, in computer science area, what are all the databases available that is being shown here. So if you are humanities, you could have given the subject as humanities. In that, what are all the journals available to me? Like this, you can make a search of the journal, then select the journal, and then publish your article in that journal. I hope I made that clear. Am I fast?
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay. I may shut down any minute, so that's why I'm going quick. So there are some drawing tools here. Okay, I'll show you that. So when we are trying to prepare our content, okay, sometimes we need to draw some diagrams. Okay, here there are some tools with the help of which you'll be able to draw your diagrams. Okay, there are so many tools here. All these are tools. Each one will give you one different specific way in which you need to draw them. So all this.
Ma'am, I would appreciate if you could show us this one, Monkey Learn, artificial intelligence powered qualitative analysis. I mean, how do we do it in, suppose if
Monkey, monkeys, yeah, monkey survey I have not touched upon.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was one. Data sets, I told you, no, how to approach the data sets. Let me show you that also. So here you can see what are all the data sets that are available to you. You can use the filters here. So you can see here, Each file that you are going to download will be in terms of MB only. So small file size. And it will be in a format which can be used directly as an input to your research work. It will be in CSV file, JSON file. Somebody had typed there, SQLite or BigQuery. So in any one of these formats, it will be available. The data set will be available. All I need to do is I need to choose what is the data set that I want and in which format I want, and to what file size I am affordable to accept. And then when I'm going to select these points and I'm going to say apply, you will be getting the data set to you. As I told, like images, 1,000 images in one folder, in that too in CSV. That will be in a fashion like you can give it as an input to your research work. That was one of the thing. Not only Kaggle, there are so many data sets you can see here. I had mentioned about Kaggle. This is the web link of that. So you can see here what are all the possible data sets that are available to us. Before I can select the data set, I need to be specific about what is the file type, what is the file size, and I can try to get it. So if you are searching, I am specific about images, cat images, I can type here. That will be listed out. In that, I need to say I want it in CSV form. Then apply. Then you will be getting the data set, which can be used for your research further. Think. And databases, I think we have seen, but still let me show you one. So you can see here, I have taken one among that database, that is Science Direct. You can see here, it is showing 2,703 publications are available to you. These are all the journals that are available, open access journals. From A to Z, you have the alphabets. Again, you need to do the filtering by using your search, like how we have seen in advanced search in your Google Scholar. No? Same style you can apply here. What is it that you are looking for? And specific in a particular journal or specific based on your topic, title, ISSN, whatever, and you can make the search. So all these databases, each one is having some thousands of publications preserved in them. Okay, this is about that. Last one, I think Mendeley. Okay, there are some more. Mendeley, I have it on my desktop only. I've not done much with that, but still, I'll just show you the framework, how it appears. So what we can do is, instead of having insight representations, doing it manually, Mendeley software will do it automatically for you. I think somebody has used Zotero. No, this is one among them. I'll just show you the framework. I have not done much on this, but I'll just show you. I'm giving you an idea. So this is there. So if a lot of references are there in your work to be addressed, then definitely you should go in for Mendeley. If not much of references are there, then don't bother to learn Mendeley like that. So you can see here, you can add the references. First, what you can do is you can create your own library. This is the framework he has given. I have just added one here. So like this, you can keep on adding number of papers, PDF papers, whatever papers you have already published, you can get them and paste them here. And you can even related articles that you need for your research, you can get them and collect them into your references. Once you are done, when you are preparing a paper, automatically you can select by author or by title that I am referring to this one. You are just using that reference in the tools here, edit, not responding. In the tools, you are having reference tab. There, if you are going to click that and then you are going to click on it, automatically those, what I can say, those articles will be added as references. Automatically they'll be added. Insight what I should say. Insight references need not be done manually. It can be done automatically. That is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to rush with words, so so fluttering here and there. Okay, anyways, that was about
Excuse me,
Mendeley.
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, how to add it in Windows? Mentally.
Mentally, you need to just there's a free open open source software is there. You need to go there, download it. You just type in Google Mendeley, then it will give you how to install it, how to use it. There's a full clear-cut instructions being given to us. So all you need to do is first install it in your system, and then after installation, you get that framework. Then you can start adding the reference papers into it, and you need to work on that. And he has given clear-cut indications how I should use it also. Mendeley software, you can go just type Mendeley into your Google Scholar, and you get a lot of information there. I think before I can say bye, I think there's just 1% charge in my I end my talk here. I would have taken another 5 or 10 minutes to show a little more clearly, but I feel it will shut down any minute before that can happen. So I thank all the organizers of MD College, Mumbai, for giving me this opportunity to share some insights, whatever was possible from my end, to all the young budding researchers, 30 who have responded and 30 who are listening to me. All the 60, right now there are 56 participants, so 10 are left. So I thank all of you for patience listening. And I thank Preeti ma'am and JP sir for giving me, trusting me, and then getting me back into the frame. And thank you, Shalini ma'am. I don't know who spoke about my CV in the group, because it was done before I can enter. With this, I thank all the organizers and the participants for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
All of us are highly thankful to you, ma'am, for adding so much to our knowledge. So many new terms, so many new softwares and tools, which are really going to be beneficial for the existing scholars as well as the college teachers. We are highly delighted to have you with us, and it was really an interesting and insightful session. There are a lot of appreciation in the chat box. Dr. Devinder Kaur ma'am is saying that it was very informative, and everybody is thanking you. And it's always a pleasure listening to you. So thank you.
It's my pleasure too.
Okay. So thank you, ma'am. And we'll keep on listening to you in future as well, because computer scientists, they're always in high demand. So thank you, ma'am. I would like to inform the participants that we will have our sessions tomorrow at 10 a.m. from 10 to 12 noon. We'll have our session, and tomorrow Dr. Gurudatta Jappi shall be taking the sessions. So if ma'am is still there, and if anybody wants to ask any question, you're most welcome to get your queries solved. Till then, ma'am, I just wanted to know whether all these softwares are paid softwares or some of them are free softwares also. Like Grammarly, I mean, it's quite expensive, Grammarly software. So what is your take on that, ma'am? Yeah, it looks that finally, it seems that ma'am is not there, and her system must have shut down by now. She was talking about that. So thank you, dear participants. Thank you, Dr. Devinder Kaur, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
For making it happen. And you're very hardworking. I appreciate your participation. And all the participants.
Same to you, ma'am.
And
You are inspiration to me.
in fact, I look forward to you, ma'am, because the kind of work you do. So thank you all the participants for joining us on the 5th day of the FTP. Tomorrow we'll meet again, but in the morning, be ready for this another talk by Dr. Gurudatta Jappi, and he will be throwing some light on how to write scientific research paper. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Sai Madhvi ma'am. That was wonderful attending your session.
Thank you, Anita ma'am.
Shalini madam, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. I'm good. So we had highly interactive sessions today, and the first session was also really good. Honorable Vice Chancellor of C.V. Raman University, he gave a talk on the importance of research in higher education. So both the sessions were really great, and we really enjoyed listening to both of them.